All right, guys, welcome in. Today we are doing a cast from the Aureil Stormgate Circuit. This is actually a game from the semifinals. Both semifinals were actually mirror matchups, so I didn't really have much of a choice. We're going to have to do a mirror matchup here. So we're going to have an Infernal versus Infernal, MSM versus Snoxtar. The other mirror matchup was a Celestial versus Celestial. So I have chosen the Infernal. So we'll start with our introductions here. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have msrm. And spawning in the upper right-hand corner of the map, we have Snoxtar. Now this map is called Malice Depths, and it is a custom map, so you cannot play this unless you actually have it. You can get it though if you just play it one time. This is made by Aureil. Aureil's made a couple maps here, and this is one of them. It is very cool. So it looks like both players back into the game instead of the map. So both players look like they are chosen to take expansions. They both have their naturals, both of them. So we have msrm has a Conclave, Iron Vault, another Iron Vault, and over here we have Snoxtar with an Iron Vault, Conclave, and looks like he's just trying to saturate his base. Got 2 workers on Therium, only 1 from msrm, a couple more production buildings from msrm as well too. They both look like they're about even on workers, so I feel like msrm might just be getting some more workers out than Snoxtar here, saturating a little bit faster. He does only have 10 workers though on at his main. But both players out on the map as well. They both have some brutes just coming out for scouting, which is really typical. Looks like msrm was going to the base, but now he's turning around because he does want to get that brute from Snoxtar, because that brute can come in and it can, even though it's just one brute, it can, target fire some effigies, which they like to do, which as we see now, or, it can grab an imp kill, and it can force you to have to make units when you don't want to make units. So definitely want to make sure you get that. It does delay your scouting information as well. But at least you know it is only one brute in this case. You see it, it's one brute. There's no follow-up army at the moment. So he knows that his opponent isn't really all inning him or anything like that. So he is still safe. He's going to come in, see that this Snoxtar does have a little bit more than him. He does have 4 gaunts in the mix. 4 gaunts versus 2 brutes. 2 brutes versus, we got quite higher numbers here from Snoxtar. So he also doesn't seem like he's really saturating his natural. He's spending a lot of the money on army, it looks like, while msrm is actually trying to saturate his bases a bit more. The Stormgate is up. Snoxtar's already on the way. It looks like he also is prioritizing a bit more Therium than his opponent. He's getting the Hellforge. He's got the Infernal Fury upgrade already on the way. So he's probably going to get it first. He's already starting to target Snoxtar. It's already starting to target the Stormgate. His army number is a bit higher, but the Stormgate... Oh, I feel like the reinforcement advantage might still be in favor of Snoxtar. As you see on the mini-map, they kind of are coming in slightly closer, but at the same time, because msrm had a few more production buildings, he also has his bases more saturated than Snoxtar. It looks like his numbers are just way more than Snoxtar, and now we have gaunts on top of brutes, or brutes on top of gaunts, and that's not really good at all. It looks like Snoxtar just kind of got his army just completely wiped. The fiends coming in for a surround. I mean, what is the answer? I mean, his Hellforge upgrade will be done, but yeah, there's, even with that, what army would he have had? Yeah, so msrm powering it through, giving us 1 on the board here. All right, guys, we're loading up game number 2. All right, game number 2. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of the map, we have msrm. It's the Blue Infernal. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have, as the red Inferno player, we have Snoxtar. Alright, and this map is actually called Breach, and this one is made by Guillotine. This also is another custom map. I believe that all of the maps that we're playing on in this series are going to be custom maps. So, this custom map, though, I do notice right off the bat, it is a little bit hard to see the creep, and we do have the black square issue. We're not really sure what the black square issue is, but it comes up in a lot of either replays and or games. A little unfortunate that it's here, but it's okay. The map is cool. The bugs will be fixed in time. So we're just going to ignore them. I don't know what that is. So looking at the... not the black squares and the other squares, we see Snoxtar has a... Did he open? Yeah, I believe he actually opened Shrine first. So he went for a fast expand. It looks like msrm. What did he do? Yeah, I think he went fast expand too. It's kind of hard to tell because I was talking. But both of their shrines are about to finish. But they do build faster when they are on top of the shroud. So we have shroud for both of them. So they both were able to build relatively fast. We do see more production buildings from msrm like in the last game. Snoxtar also is going for that quick Hellforge again. It looks like we're having essentially a very similar opening from both players. And what we saw last game was that the opening just maybe seemed to work a little better for msrm. But we'll see if what Snoxtar can do this game. So, actually, we have double... I lied. This is not a conclave. This is double vault play. So do we have a conclave? No, we have triple iron vaults. We're getting like really, really heavy brute play from Snoxtar. He's going for a really quick Hellforge, so that means he's gonna get the brute upgrade extremely quick. That's his goal. He wants to overwhelm his opponent with a crap ton of brutes. So that's what we're going for here, it looks like, as Snoxtar. And msrm looks like he is essentially doing what he did last game, which worked. Why change it? We have the 3 iron vaults as well, but we also have the conclave. So what does this mean? This means that he's going to be able to make the... what are they called now? The phantoms. So he's going to have phantoms, and Snoxtar's not going to have the phantoms because he didn't build any conclaves. I don't know if it was a mistake or maybe just what he wants to do this game, but we'll see if this, which type of play will come out on top, because the phantoms that will spawn from the gaunts are going to be added DPS. They're also going to be able to tank some damage, get some surrounds. But I mean, they're not going to have any gaunts to surround. And gaunts are really squishy.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
I don't know. We'll see how this goes. We don't have a Hellforge from msrm, so he's not going to have the upgraded brutes. How soon is this going to finish? This is going to finish really soon. So... let's see, will the numbers be able to be big enough? He does have a few more imps in the last game on his base, so he is a little bit more saturated than what I do remember. But msrm still just looks like he has more numbers. And this is Stormgate's directly in the center of the map this time, so both players will be able to have their reinforcements coming in at the same rate. What's going to happen, though, in a moment is this upgrade is going to kick in, and Snoxtar's army is going to be a little bit quicker. We do have the Faerun that msrm got from the Stormgate, which was a good Stormgate grab there. The Faerun's going to be able to heal a lot of these units. Now, both players are both on 2 bases, so their income is relatively the same. We actually have a little bit less workers here, but I think he had to build some supply buildings. Now you see this brute upgrade. This is what I was talking about. Those brutes, they were able to get on top of the Faerun, take out the Faerun, so that entire Stormgate reward was kind of non-existent. Now these brutes are chasing down this army, and they're just gonna keep being able to chase it out. Like, you can only run for so long because the charge is gonna kick in. The brutes are faster. So hitting that brute upgrade really did end up actually being a game changer, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a slow death right here for msrm because of that. The last game, msrm was able to kill Snoxtar before the brute upgrade even took place. So he had his army wiped and wasn't even able to utilize the Brood upgrade, and this time he actually was able to, but is he going to be able to push in here is the question, because there is a lot of tribute pyres. They are going to give some extra DPS. You've seen MSRM pull his workers here, so that's going to be even more added DPS, and he also has Defender's Advantage, so I don't think Snoxtar really wants to push into that. He was able to at least, you know, wipe him from killing him over here that we saw, because he could have died there if he, you know, didn't push MSRM back. He's going now to the Wellspring to heal up for the time being. Get all his units healed up. Probably get a third base. Yep, we do see the third base going down. Now, MSRM is on 2 bases. We have the Hellforge up now from MSRM, but it's a pretty late Hellforge in comparison. He's kind of has to play a bit defensively now because of this, I think. His opponent just kind of has map control. Snoxtar has map control right now, taking a third. And it's a little bit of a waiting game right now. We have Fiends over here. Snoxtar's trying to see if his opponent's getting a third. He could also take a third here. We also have this other sneaky base over here. I don't know if you guys noticed. No one really seems to utilize it that I've seen. But when I played on this map, I did try to grab this base and be sneaky. Because you could always expand this way, then grab that base. Well, you know, why not?
Dimensional rift detected.
This map's very interesting. There's a lot of different ways you can go on it. A lot of little crevices. It looks like we have Stormgate going off. And did you guys notice this Stormgate pattern? It's a little bit different. We have a Stormgate here, we have a Stormgate here, and we have a Stormgate over here. So they're kind of in
a Stormgate
really interesting positionings. We also have the one over here. Makes it a little bit more even, because it's really hard to put them elsewhere. But that Stormgate was 100% in Snoxtar's favor. Nothing really MSRM could do to contest that. And also still waiting for the Hellforge Brute upgrade to really be able to go out on the map. Because, like, if you get caught out, you saw what happened before. If he gets caught out again, that's not going to be good. I didn't see what he got at the... I think he got a Soul Forge, because we have four Magmadons, guys. So I believe that was a Soul Forge, and he Soul Forged some Magmadons. That would make perfect sense. That's a lot of Magmadons. So, it looks like he's gearing up to come in for attack. Yes, MSRM's upgrade has finished, but we do have Magmadons, and MSRM does not have Magmadons. He's in a very good flanking position to get a nice surround, and he's trying to get an even better surround, but these Magmadons are going off now, and let's see what will happen with a great surround. Oh, we do have a Magmadon out of MSRM of his own. This is a really good surround. Wow, just an overwhelming surround from MSRM. Really good play, just staying defensive, getting the perfect position, waiting for his opponent to come and attack him. And even though he is up on a base, that was the best thing you could do in that situation, I would say. But now the game can still snowball into Snoxtar's favor because of this third base right here. MSRM needs to get a third base, or probably needs to be doing some damage right now, I'd say. Otherwise, this is just going to be a resource advantage in the long run, in the later stages of the game as we start getting into it. We're going to have a third Stormgate going off soon, in about a minute and a half. All right, so, okay, we totally missed that. I did not see that he had a Twilight Spire. That makes total sense for why he's sitting on the 2 base for so long. He's getting that dragon out. Because getting that third base is like, that's wasted resources that we could be getting the dragon out for. That's been his plan the whole time. Should have seen that coming. 2 base dragon play from MSRM to try to stop this. Now let's see. He could take out this base potentially. Where is Snoxtar's army? It is over here, but what does he have that can shoot up to deal with the dragon? Is the question. He does have the Twilight Spire. He can probably make some Shadow Flyers, and they'll be able to come out really close, but it's not going to be enough Shadow Flyers. Now we have a really good surround again from MSRM, but oh no. Now there's a dragon out from Snoxtar, so this dragon's going to have to run. So although we had a very good flanking position, a very good surround, this dragon popping out from Snoxtar, that's going to be a game changer for Snoxtar. Now Snoxtar is taking the lead here, chasing his opponent down. And, yeah, this looks like this is definitely,
Dimensional rift detected.
definitely a big
Stormgate will
big
activate
force.
soon.
I don't know if there's anything that MSRM could do, and I think he lost his dragon as well. We might have missed that. So yeah, his dragon was taken out. There's shadow flyers to come deal with this dragon, but even if this dragon goes down, this is just a lot of forces, and that's what I was talking about with that third base earlier.
Stormgate has appeared.
You know, that third base is really going to be a game changer, because getting this thing up and running and getting the dragon out, it's not really much you can really do in that situation. You had to be able to kind of stop your opponent from getting that income, or having that income of your own, but this base is just not mining. I think it's too forward. Maybe this base would have been a little safer, but at this point, getting this third Stormgate dragon out, there was a lot of where did they go? Shadow flyers. They might have got taken out, but yeah, dragon's still living. And he even has a fourth base. Snoxtar's doing great. Fourth base. See, you could probably take this base if you're MSRM. Yep, there he goes to do it. That makes sense. Snoxtar already has this. This base seems very vulnerable, though. Having this one to be as your fourth. I feel like maybe having this one, which he's taking now, would have been better. But MSRM losing this base now, too. Snoxtar is in a very great position. He was able to get the Stormgate, and he avatared the dragon. Look how big that dragon is, guys. Look at that dragon. That dragon has 2,000 HP. I do just want to point out. He has lost a very little bit of health, but that is a 2k HP dragon right there. Not really much you could do to contest that. It looks really cool, too. You can get a really close-up view of the cool artwork when it's avatared like that. But, yeah. Oh, no, I didn't put this up before. MSRM did have one. All right, so it looks like Snoxtar takes game number 2. All right, guys, going into game number 3. Now we're going to remember to change the scoreboard this time. We have game 3. It's going to be played on this Temple of Lost Gate. Now, MSRM is 1, Snoxtar is 1. So we have 1-1 right now. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have MSRM as the blue Infernal player. And spawning in the upper left-hand corner as well. But on the upper side, we have as the red Infernal player, we have Snoxtar. All right. Now this map, as I said, is called Temple of Lost Gate, another custom map. Very cool with a big square in the middle, but the coolest part, I think, is that this map kind of goes up and down levels. So you kind of go down this hill, then you go back up this staircase, and then you can take a third base, but it also has these weird locations. You see this? It says destroy this. Destroy it. Well, once you destroy it, you can take a base there. But it's also a kind of a sketchy base, if I do say so myself. Because if you have an opponent on either side of you, because I have seen this map played on a free-for-all, they have the same base that they could take. So these back areas are completely destructible. So you never know. Where is it? Over here. These trees. So these trees could, in theory, be broken, and these could be broken, and you can just come right into your opponent's natural. All right, but let's get to look at what's going on. In this game, we actually have a proxy from MSRM. Wow. Wish I seen that sooner. It looks like Snoxtar's out on the map trying to find his opponent, but instead finds his opponent's proxy. But he's proxying over here, so he's out. He's in a forward position on the map itself, but did he know where his opponent was? I don't think he had the scouting information to know exactly where Snoxtar was. But what is Snoxtar doing? I feel like, okay, so maybe he knew something was up. Maybe he wanted to find his opponent first and play it safe because, okay, yeah, he's wondering what's going on with the way the map is. That's what's going on, okay. Because he didn't know the spawn position. I think he went directly to the diagonal location, thinking that that would probably be cross spawn, but then realizing he wasn't there, so wait a second. So now because MSRM has the forward position. He found where his opponent is. He probably realized his opponent just went there because of cross spawn. Maybe he realized that on his own, so now he immediately knows, you know, this is where he's at. But thank goodness for Snoxtar that he actually decided to play it safe with his opening. He just went a 1-1 and didn't expand from it. Maybe just trying to get familiar in the map, kind of getting a slower start, but it did help him out because he was getting proxy rushed. Reinforcements are going to continue to come in from MSRM. MSRM at home is fully saturated, 1 on gas.
Dimensional rift.
Now let's see what happens here, though, because
activate soon.
Because of that, Snoxtar is also on 1 base, like I said, and we do have 3 production, though. 3 production versus 2 production buildings, so in theory, MSRM could get units out faster. His reinforcements will be higher, but he also is finding a little backdoor route, and he's just going to say, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to attack your main then, because you're over here trying to proxy me. You're out on the map somewhere where you shouldn't be. Let's get some of your workers. That's actually pretty interesting, MSRM. Going through the trees here, I'm not sure if he cut them down. I think he cut them down in the beginning, which is really good right now because he was able to go through those trees to get to where his new base is, and also go through the wellspring in the process, and was able to heal up. But this base is gonna go down. This base was just left completely vulnerable, and I mean, MSRM's coming in to try to save it. He has more units than Snoxtar, so he might actually be able to wipe this whole army. Snoxtar's going to come in here and see that, uh-oh, he does have this base. That was kind of pointless. Now we're both still on one base. Over here at his main base, he only has 9 workers, 3 on Therium, and he also has a Shroud Zone. I think he probably built that in a defensive moment in the beginning, realizing that he was getting proxied and just reacting the way that he knows best. It also might not hurt, given, you know, 1 base versus 1 base, but Snoxtar really wants to do damage. He knows that he has to do some damage because he can see the army's bigger. A nice surround, though, from MSRN. All these gaunts were caught off. There's nowhere for them to go. The GG is called, and MSRM takes game number 3, making the series 2-1 in this best out of 5. All right, guys, going into game number 4 in this best out of 5, MSRM is up 2 games, and oops, the colors changed on me this game. MSRM was the blue player last time. So we have MSRM 2 and Snoxtar 1. So spawning in the upper left-hand corner of the map, we have playing as the blue Infernal player this time. We have Snoxtar. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner on actual cross-spawn this time on this map, we have, as the red Infernal player, we have MSRM. Now, every time I zoom out, my eyes are capturing this light right here. Now, we'll talk about this map, which is called Short Circuit, which is made by Matt. And it is a very cool map. You can see all the electricity. It's like a floating thing in space. I think they were mining on it or something. And something about it being abandoned. And now it's just a whole bunch of electricity. It seems like a fire hazard. I think it's a fire hazard, but... great map. Really like the design. Now, let's see what these players are doing. Snoxtar, what we got going on over here? We have 9 workers. 1. We have... Is it 2 iron vaults? No, we have an iron vault and a conclave and a natural opening. A normal standard opening here. We have what looks to be almost identical. We have the conclave and the iron vault from MSRM here. And the natural. So we have both players playing basically identical. Not really much difference, except a couple less workers. Another production building going down for Snoxtar. A couple less workers on Therium versus... I think that maybe because of the past games, knowing that Snoxtar was able to get the brute upgrade a little bit faster than him, maybe he's prioritizing putting in an extra worker on his Therium, because I noticed the last game he only had 1 on in the beginning, but this game he has 2. So maybe he just wants to make sure that just in case he's able to get that upgrade. So that's what he's doing. He's getting the upgrade a little bit faster this time than the previous games. And what does it look like we got from Snoxtar? Snoxtar, I feel like this almost looks like a reverse game. Like the way that Snoxtar is playing seems like the opening that MSRM kind of had the first game. And it seems like they're just kind of doing each other's. Alright, Snoxtar just playing it defensively, getting his bases saturated, 3 production. Both players just playing pretty macro, nothing really crazy going on. A 4th production building from MSRM. We have the Stormgate about to go off in about 30 seconds. Is the upgrade begun? The upgrade has begun for MSRM. We have the Hellforge just going down now from Snoxtar. A little bit later than him, so it's going to be a later brute upgrade. And we still only have 3 production from Snoxtar. So the key differences we have here is quicker brute upgrade and more production facilities. I feel like this might kind of be going in MSRM's favor, but again, first game 1, Snoxtar got the brute upgrade first and still lost. So this could go either way. It depends on, you know, a lot of circumstances. And instead of getting the Stormgate, it looks like Snoxtar is actually coming into attack. He's going to have to pull his army back, MSRM, to deal with this. He was also forced to stop mining for some time, which is never what you want to do. But his reinforcements have come back, and he is able to push Snoxtar away. Snoxtar is now running from MSRM. He has his workers back on mining, and he didn't lose too much. So although he stopped him from getting the Stormgate for some time, now he's just kind of running away from MSRM's army. He has reinforcements, though, on the way. And now the game is going to stabilize, and we're going to have them fighting at the Stormgate, like what we see a lot. But again, brute upgrade will finish probably very soon from MSRM. Actually, it is complete. So these brutes are going to be able to charge and get us around, as you see here. Yeah, and then Snoxtar knows, kind of like the first game, it's over. So that looks like MSRM actually takes the series today in this best out of 5, and MSRM moves to the grand finals for today at the Aureil's Stormgate Circuit. So I'm sure that you guys will catch that game somewhere else. Thank you guys for joining me today, and we'll see you next game.